Welcome, in front of me is a TCL 20 Pro, and today I will show you a couple tweaks and tricks you can do on this phone. And starting off, we're going to begin with the edge bar, which I believe it is already enabled, but I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, we can get into the settings and find the settings for edge bar and advanced features. So let's select this edge bar, and there we go. So it looks like it's already enabled, and I can actually now see it in this little bar right here. For some reason it's kind of hard to see it right here. I barely can see it here. So anyway, from here you can disable it if you don't like it. Now once you pull it out, as you can see, you can add some apps to it, contacts, a ruler, that's interesting. We have also remotes, because this device does have an IR control, so that is actually a really nice feature right here. It basically allows you to quickly access remotes for different devices from here. So that is amazing. It has some functions, well, basically recycling back through it. Now anyway, as you can see, we can disable it from here. We have filter full screen apps, edit tabs, so we can disable some of them if we don't want all of them. For instance, contacts might be a little bit useless in my opinion here. And we have edge bar position, so this should allow you to move it around, and there we go. So as you can see, you can actually just click it. Okay, so that's even better. You don't actually have to drop it, or drag it. You just kind of click in a position where you want to make it go through. As you can see, this basically moves it around. So from now, let's go back, and if you want to add some apps to it, let's pull it out, and then all that contacts. So let me just go back. Ruler, remotes, functions. Let's see what we got in functions. So the functions, we have things like turn off next vision enhancer. We have recording. So basically majority of the things that you can find in the notification panel. Then below there we have a gallery, functions, some kind of smart manager, others. And this is actually a nice one, flashlight, although again, something that can be found in notification panel. So I guess it might be a little bit useless. Split screen. That would be, I guess, useful, assuming you can assign 2 apps to open up automatically. What else? Looks like that's it. So anyway, you can choose to add different functions here. Apps, obviously you will see all the apps, and you can just drag them over here. And this panel is accessible anywhere you are. So if you're in some kind of application, you are still able to pull that out. But anyway, let's move to the next option, which is going to be the gesture navigation. So to enable gesture navigation, all you need to do is go into settings again, and then we're going to go into buttons and navigation and system navigation, and from here you can select gesture. And as you can see, it will give you an animation on how to use it. So we have swipe from either side to go back, which brings out this arrow. We have swipe up to go home, and swipe up and hold to go to recent. Fairly intuitive navigation system. I personally really like it. But I do understand people sometimes have problems with navigating using this method. Now, one thing that I can give you as a pointer, something that I've seen people do, when you're trying to activate the either the recent or the home gesture by swiping up, a lot of people, when they never used this kind of navigation before, they try to swipe up on the screen up, which won't really work because the phone thinks you're just trying to scroll down. So to get the gesture correctly, you want to start the slide from the bezel off of the screen onto it, which basically ensures that you always get it. Now, as you can see, you do have to do it a little bit quicker than I just did this slow first slide. But yeah, once you do, there we go. Let's do it again. So you can see it basically works flawlessly now. And the back gesture is just fairly simple. You just swipe from the side of the screen, which it's also fairly generous in terms of how close to the edge you have to be, considering, just so you get what I mean, I have this very good screen protector, so I'm not really touching the edge itself. I'm kind of only on the glass, which isn't fully touching the display actually, and it's still actually working just fine in terms of the accepting the gesture. Now, anyway, let's move to the another option, which is the smart key. And it's this button right here, which, let's see, by default, does it do anything? Nope, by default it just does nothing, so it's by default useless. So we can actually assign different functions to it by going into the settings and then scrolling down to, I believe it was also on buttons and gestures. Or not. Oops, didn't want to enter that. Let's see, where is it? I'm just gonna search for it. There we go. Still not sure where it is, but we can customize it from here. So as you just seen, I just searched for Smart Key and the settings and basically found it. So from here, we have a couple of different ways we can press the button. So we have single press, double press, and a long press, which will allow us to basically assign 3 different functions to it. So we can just go in here and select what we want the device to do when you press it. So we have launch camera, launch front camera, which that's already in itself. It's kind of interesting way. So you can basically launch either back or the front. So that's kind of neat. Launch camera pro mode. So it even allows you to basically launch specific like modes in the camera. We have start recording. What else we got? Some smart manager. Show hide edge bar. Turn it off. So obviously you can see there's a lot of different things. So that's also neat with the remote control. Turn on, off. You know, I'm gonna stick with the flashlight, just a typical one. And because this button is not the easiest thing to press, I think this should work really well. Hopefully it also works when the device is locked, which would just be fantastic. So anyway, we assigned this. It's already turned on. I'm not gonna go over assigning the 2 other ones because, let's be honest, it's just the same thing with just different kind of presses on the button. So right now it's assigned to be a single press, and let's see if it will. Well, it actually does. Fantastic. That is amazing. That actually does it when the device is locked. So yeah, all you need to do, I mean, on the front you won't really see anything, I believe, but you can see the back actually lighting up when you turn it on. So really nice. Now obviously you can select something more, something a bit more entertaining, more fun than just a flashlight. But personally, I use flashlight quite often, so on my device that I use on a daily basis, I do need to go into the notification panel and turn it on from there, which is just the most annoying thing. So having something like a dedicated button for that is just something that I would really like to have on my phone. And here you can. Now anyway, moving on to the next option, it's going to be the Next Vision, or however you pronounce this. Let me just go back. And Next Vision is just a enhancement to overall content on your device. So if you're watching videos and stuff like that, this basically changes a couple different things in the image. So it brightens it up, brings out the saturation so the image looks a little bit more poppy, removes a little bit of the shadow so you can see a bit more in like the super dark areas of the image. So you know, I'm just gonna show you because it does give a fairly decent view of it. So Next Vision right here, and you have the 2 different swipes that it just kind of changes it up. Also has a couple different images so you can see how it affects different images. Now in certain cases it's not that big of a difference, like with the flower it's already a fairly light image, but the darker it gets, the more of the effect you will see, like with these strawberries. So as you can see in the dark area, they are really dark, and that does help it a bit. And we can also change things like the color temperature. By default it is on vivid, but if you want to, you can change it to something like a natural, which is going to be a little bit more desaturated image. Just go back to it. So I have the image right here, and by switching it you can see really subtle differences. Now personally, the standard and vivid are basically very similar. Like I can't really tell the difference here. Yeah, it looks like the Standard is still really saturated, but it's a little bit warmer than the Vivid. Now natural is going to be the thing that apparently should be the most realistic, but anyway, it's still super saturated. So I'm basically comparing that to things like Samsung devices, which do have also Vivid mode enabled by default, but switching it to standard makes it look a little bit more realistic, I would say. So anyway, you can change around settings right here to your liking. And now moving on to the last option, it's just going to be the simple old dark mode, which obviously you can enable it, I believe, quickly from the notifications. Let's see if there is one. Yep, there it is, dark mode. Once you tap on it, boom, dark mode is on. And that includes basically your notification panel, default apps, and so on. And now additionally, you can hold the toggle. This will quickly take you to the settings, and from here you can select it to be, for instance, a scheduled timer. So it will switch between dark and light mode based on your preference. So as an example, you could have during night you could have dark mode, and during daytime you could have light mode, which I would consider to be one of the best options, because when you go outside in direct sunlight, dark mode is a little bit harder to see the screen, but light mode will be way better in just like sunlight or really sunny days. So this will allow you to basically benefit from the both modes at the same time almost. But that being said, this would conclude all the tweaks and tricks that are on the chair, and if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.